girls with breasts like that, they bring me in the breast. Let me finish. Usually girls with booty like that, girls shaped like that and look like that, they make the ones who weren't like that look bad. You kissed her? Let me finish. You doing now what she don't do. Don't compare me to her.
If you know, you know. Greetings and welcome back. Once again, praise be to the Creator for another day of life. Welcome to the discussion. Welcome to the channel. My name is Amuna. We about to go in today. Hit the like button on your way in. Drink a little bit of this water. So I came across this TikTok. My apologies. I came across this TikTok and I'm going to watch it with you guys, live reaction, because the title alone had me like, what? Say what? So you don't know already. We about to jump into this with no further ado. It seems like some people didn't like our conversation on abortion yesterday. It's so interesting here on YouTube. The same way people can subscribe, they unsubscribe, but it's all love. We're going to keep pushing this truth and having open and honest discussions. So let's get to this. I have not watched this as yet, so I'm about to be in it just like you are. And this is from a TikToker named Retrope78. And it's a number of them, so I don't want to waste any time. He is going to go into what he says. My wife cheated on me with our pastor and had a baby, and that's why I posted what I hadn't in a long time. I'm doing all right today, sis. I'm doing all right. I hadn't posted this in a long time, that opening. So let us get in there. Let's start with this one right here.
Hey guys, it's Pastor P. Here, man. I've just been really thinking about sharing my story about when I got married and I guess the pain that I had to endure, the pain that I fought with, the battles that I had mentally, emotionally, and in some cases, I would say physically because I kind of went through a little storm when I wasn't eating properly because of the pain, the agony that I felt when my wife cheated on me with our pastor.
So opening statements, you can see emotionally he's been through something. At first I was like, is he playing? But then I was like, I think this is real, so let's listen. He says a lot of arms, a lot of stops. He's a little nervous with his hands. So, coming out and sharing this type of story, you can imagine. And he only did it a day ago. So, you could imagine it didn't really hit the rotation yet of, how people like to do. So definitely, let's continue.
I guess where it all began when we got married. It was it was okay in the beginning. It wasn't bad. We had regular arguments just like anyone else, but I really wasn't really the person that enjoyed or wanted to argue. However, I think that was just her thing. She just like argue. But I started getting weird where I would ask questions like, because I was working, taking care of her and my son at the time. And while I was
Pastor, you say a lot of
working and basically taking care of my son, I would just ask like, hey, could you cook for me, or is it, can you learn how to cook so we could kind of.
Hold up. He married wifey material who like to argue and don't know how to cook. Lady, that's two. You already got two strikes. You can't like to argue and then can't offer the man a plate to sweet him up after you don't argue with him. Like that's like you that's a double negative like that, fam. And then he had to ask you, can you make something to eat? Let's continue.
Order some stuff how to do, but we just had issues with the cooking, and in some cases, like while she was home and I was at work and she was home, I think for like a few months, and kind of ask questions about the cleanliness of the house, and of course, I participated and stuff like that. But
did he say he participated? So far, wifey, you got wifed. I don't know if you took one of these wife school sessions or what, but you got wife. I don't know how you did it. You got wife. You don't cook. You don't clean. You singing a Cardi B song. I don't cook. I don't clean. Right? And you like to argue. Where did he get her from? The singles meeting at the church? Like red flags everywhere. Who did the pre-counseling?
I used to be working. And so I would ask questions like that. And of course, it caused more arguments. Ask questions about food that would cause, more arguments.
Why the man have to ask so much questions about food? What is going on?
Ask questions about, my son and different things that was going on with him while she was in the house or whatever like that. So fast forward, my son is it was about 6 months or so old, and of course we're still kind of having these up and downs and stuff like that. And I can be blunt with you guys, be honest, we wasn't into it that much either. So that was like a big thing as well. But come to find out, I understand why we wasn't moving forward. So anyway, we finally. Hey guys, it's Pastor P.
Wait, okay, so now we're on to part 2. This is starting off really badly.
All right, guys. So part 2, I'll try to make the story as quick as possible, so it won't be so many different parts.
Now look at the people on the side. You take too long to tell the story. Eric said, bro, take your time. It's your story. So maybe this is the first time he's articulated in this way. And yes, he does say a lot of arms, but maybe he don't know how to say what he needs to say. Sometimes we want the men to speak, and then when they speak, we want them to hurry up. A little patience, Janet Moore. But let's continue.
To it. But as I was saying, my son was like 6 months old. But I guess before that, we actually, my brother and I was at Walmart, and we were just walking around, and we met this guy, and he walked up to us, shook his hand, smiled, stuff like that. Was asking about what church we go to and stuff like that. So I was a musician at the time, playing the keyboard. My brother, he was a drummer, of course. And so we was letting him know, yeah, we play at this church, blah, blah. He was like, oh, man, y'all come play at my church. I'll pay y'all XYZ, whatever. So he was like, okay. All right, but so we told him when we could come. So we finally go to this guy church. And I mean, going in there, was that was kind of weird, but we made it work, man. Me and my brother, and then we had another musician that came, so we used to rock out pretty good or whatever like that. So that's where we met this pastor at, man. And so after going there for some months or whatever, he's like start calling me his son and stuff like that, calling my son his grandson and stuff like that. So
okay, pastor, we moving kind of quick though. Did you not invite them in to do music? How did we get here? You know what I mean? He adopted the whole fam. I don't know, pastor. It's kind of suspect.
So that was the thing. I was going to his son's football games and stuff like that, and my wife and I would go to his house and talk to him and his wife, and all of that stuff like that. And it was getting kind of cool, but then at the same time it was kind of strange. I remember one time I was looking for my wife. We was in church, and so I'm walking around looking for her. Like, man, where my wife at? He was like, oh, she's in bishop office or pastor office.
Hey, she in a bishop office. Queer, no. This story I get heat up. When the pot just has those little bubbles at the bottom. This is why they say the story is getting hot. It's heating up. Now, what is she doing in bishop office? Mm-hmm.
And I said, okay. So, I knocked on the door, and then I kind of, opened the door as I was knocking, and he was giving her a hug, like, what I'm saying, and his hand.
The churchly embrace. He didn't give her a church. He about to show us what a hand was. Can we imagine? It wasn't a church hug. Let's see.
It was like right here.
Oh, snapsy. Oh, snapsy. He was giving her a chiropractic adjustment on her lower back. Mm-hmm.
On her side, like kind of. I was like, maybe I was tripping. So I was like, man, maybe I'm tripping. So I was like, okay, whatever. So I let that, let that slide. You know what I'm saying? And it start hitting me like after the fact or whatever like that. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So then another time, man, because when she went back to work, she went back to work probably 3 months after my son was born. After I was, when I saw him about the few months while she was off, or whatever. But she used to go when she went to work. Like my routine, I would always bring her candy, flowers, and a card. Either of those.
Bruh, you still bringing all of this, asking if you could get a plate of food. Look at this, brother. See, this is what happens. They get the wrong woman. The woman exploit them, and then next thing you know, they go from simp to pimp, and we don't know what happened. Bro, why were you attracted to the argumentative woman who don't cook or clean? That's the question we must ask. But let's continue.
Each day of the week, every time that she worked, and of course, I would buy her lunch. So, because I work like right down the street.
Yo, why did Judah? Yo, Judah, you man funny. Judah say not the lower lumbar. Yo, he gave her the lower back embrace. What the box I was pastor doing in the room? Shout out to those who just joined us. We are 2 videos into this young man telling his story about how he got cheated on and had a baby. She gave him a whole half on a baby from the pastor. She was doing more than tithing, I see.
The store manager for Cricket. But anyway, so I'm like, I called her. I was like, hey, what you want to eat? And she's like, oh, I'm not hungry today. It's like, what? I'm not hungry.
All right, I guess he found that weird that she wasn't hungry.
So yeah. So she was like, she wasn't hungry. I'm like that. So I'm like, what you mean you ain't hungry, man? I mean, breakfast, So I'm like, okay, you're not hungry. But so she got home, whatever like that. I actually got home before her, so because she didn't eat lunch that day, I just went ahead and made some dinner, a little candlelight, and all that stuff like that.
Sir, you're not paying attention. You're not paying attention to the signs. You seem to think that, and we get in these places where the more you give, she's going to reciprocate. But it's clear that she's not into reciprocity, into the Lauryn Hill, can I get some reciprocity? She's not there with you, love. She's not there. You're doing the most for somebody who's doing the least. But let's continue.
So we get to the house, or she gets to the house, and I got the candlelight blowing, you know what I'm saying? Got the whole little shebang, you know what I mean? So I was like, hey, I said, yeah, I cooked for you. She's like, oh, okay. I'm really not that hungry. I'm like, well, I ain't bring you lunch because you weren't hungry. Now you're not eating dinner. Hey, man, what's going on?
Yo, she not out getting chicken leg, fried chicken with the pastor, is she? She's not going out doing lunch days, dinner date with pastor. Not pastor.
So I was like, okay, well, what's up with dessert? You know what I'm saying? What's up with dessert? Oh, I really feel like it today, and all this stuff like that. I said, okay, whatever. Next day, we talking, and she happened to say, oh yeah, because Bishop took me to lunch yesterday.
Boom. Boom. I wish I had a boom. So why didn't you say that yesterday, fam? Why didn't you say that when he came through? Why all of a sudden you act like it slipped your mind that Bishop, Mr. Lower Lumbar, took you to lunch?
Mm-hmm. Oh, he took you to lunch? I take you to lunch. I'll buy you lunch. Like, what you mean he took you to lunch? It's like, he asked me to come to Ruby Tuesdays with him. I take you to lunch. That's my thing. I take you to lunch. Like, so I hit him up. Like, I was like, hey man, I was highly offended because we definitely knew in the church for real. He like taking my wife out. It's not me and him. It's him and her by themselves. I'm like, man, what's up? He's like, oh no, that's my daughter. I don't do whatever like that. I said, well, why you need invite?
Bishop sound like he about to be incestuous because the title says she had a baby with the pastor. You gotta watch out because first of all, Bishop was moving too quick. Oh, you my son, this is my grandson, this is my daughter. Nah, bro, I don't really know you. I came through to play music, fam. What are we doing?
I could have came and, to hang out, He's like, oh, no, I just wanted to check on her, see how she was doing, yada, yada, yada. So I'm like, I said, okay, man, whatever. So that was another red
flag. All right, welcome to those who just joined us. All right, let me up you to the thing. Shout out to India. Not the Ruby Tuesdays. Okay, what happened is we on video number 3. So essentially, he's saying that he married a woman, she didn't cook, she didn't clean. They were having issues. She was arguing with him in the beginning. Him and his brother met a pastor at the church. They were invited to come and play music. He takes his whole family. The pastor starts getting too close too quick. Next thing you know, he was looking for his wife one day. The wife was up in the church room getting a lower lumbar hug from the pastor. Hands was all around the hip area. He thought it was weird. Next thing you know, the woman's still not doing anything that she's supposed to be doing. He's still trying to overcompensate. He shows up for lunch. She's not hungry. Next day, he finds out that pastor took her to Ruby Tuesday. Let's continue.
So I'm like, man, wait, man, what's really going on, man? Like, my wife ain't really, you know what I'm saying, ain't eating my lunch. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? She going out. And then it wasn't like she told me about it. It was like it slipped up. You know what I'm saying? So that's when it kind of like, I'm like, yo, something weird going on, right? So, fast forward. So we start, we continue to go to the church, man. And I kind of like had these feelings like when I used to go in there. I'm like, yo, like it just felt like a lot of the women were like attached to this dude. Like that's what like it was in my mind. Like man, this man, it just seemed like, whatever. And then
the lusty pastor, he probably yo, I'm gonna try to keep my jokes to the minimum, but why lusty pastor got all the women fawning over him, including the married ones? What? How you gonna take the man wife to dinner, Ruby Tuesday, right? Like you said, you didn't holler at him and she didn't say anything. Weird.
Like in my mind, I'm like, man, what if my wife is involved in this? So this is, it's just stuff going on in my head. And so I just told my wife, I was like, yo, I think we should probably leave the church, man, because I'm not getting good, good feels from this guy and like what the women.
She was getting good feels though. He wasn't getting good feels, but she was getting good feels. She's probably gonna be like, no, I want to stay. They're my family.
And the church is just kind of weird. I mean, he's married and stuff like that, but just felt a little off or whatever like that. Obviously, fast forward, I was right. All right, so yeah.
Oh, it looked like another day. Homie went for a wardrobe change and everything for the turtleneck. I give it to us. Let's hear it.
Pastor P again. I guess continue telling the story. I'm trying to expedite time, man. Y'all just be patient with me. I know it's whatever, but I'm trying to make sure I give every little detail that I can remember. And so I'm gonna give you this clip, and I got to run to church real quick. But so anyway, so yeah. So I was telling her like we just stopped going to this church or whatever, and of course my mom went.
Oh, India asks if he has any brothers. Actually, his brother is in attendance with him at this new church because his brother are playing in the music ministry. So he has somebody there, but this pastor, he's moving serpentine like. He's moving. Judah, no hollering when you at work, man. No hollering.
My mom started to come. I invited my mom and my sister. Of course, my brother was already there. So, what I'm saying? Of course, I'm asking them, like, hey, do y'all feel what I'm feeling? Blah, blah, blah. And then my sister was like, yeah, this boy, he be coming up to my job, like saying little slick stuff or looking at me a certain type of way, whatever.
Father, help us. So wait, so this man have a lost demon. What is he doing coming up to the sister's job? You got to be careful of some of these people in positions of authority because sometimes they're using these positions to fulfill their wildly lusts. Wait, chill. Hold on. Let's continue.
That's all right, y'all. So it's time to bounce. So I tell my Kim, I'm using my wife at the time. She's my wife. So I'm telling her, I'm like, yo, we need to roll out. You know what I mean? And she's like, why? I really like it here.
I knew it. Didn't I tell you that's what she would say? She was going to resist. She's going to be like, no, why you want to leave? Because you're getting attention from Pastor Pokum. What the backside?
I'm like, bro, I just feel weird. Like, I'm not really, I'm not getting nothing out of this place or whatever like that. So me and my brother, we found another gig somewhere else. So we move on. I told her, you know what I'm saying? You need to stop going to church too. So
you left her there, fam? After you felt the not good feelings, you left her there?
Come to find out, like, I started going to another church. I'm trying to, get her to come. And she's like, oh, well, I just want to go a couple more times before we leave. And I'm just like, why is she so attached to this church? Like, why is she so attached to going, like, You know what I'm saying? This guy is just so weird. You know what I mean? And of course, his wife was there. She was a nice lady, man. But I ain't gonna lie, man. I kind of feel like she was on the same stuff. No lie. Like I think she was like maybe they were some swingers or something like that. So I don't know. But anyway, moving forward, you know what I'm saying? So of course we have this discussion about it, and then I guess because we were just so separate and the arguments started getting more intense, you know, about nothing. You know, we wasn't having good days anymore. Everything was just getting cloudy, and I'm thinking there's something wrong with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm ordering books. I'm out here, you know what I'm saying, getting all this little 30-day programs to try to, you know, fix my marriage. So I'm doing all of this stuff for her. And she the one out here wilding out, man. You know what I'm saying? So fast forward, man. So
You could
we
see he more comfortable now, because in the beginning he was like, but now the story getting sweet. He ain't skipping no beats, ain't no arms or nothing. His face is all wrinkled. He feeling it now. Bring the story, retro. Bring the story.
we was like, you know what I'm saying, you know, what are we gonna do? Like, do we need to take a break or you know what I mean what? So, you know what I'm saying, of course, we was like, yeah, she went to her mom's house or whatever like that. I went to my mom's house, you know what I mean? I was going back and forth to see my son and you know, to see her or whatever like that. And we try to reconcile. So we go to Disney World with my whole family and we try to, you know, reconcile what was going on. We separate for a little while, like some weeks or something like that. And then, so she told me she's pregnant.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on there. 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 Huh? This looked like when what you call it went to uh I forgot their name in 90 days. She showed up pregnant. How he got me stuttering. How she pregnant and y'all was going through all of this stress and you wasn't even, according to your story, y'all wasn't even doing the do. I'm confused. I'm confused. It's are y'all confused? I'm confused. Let's go.
All right, so yeah, so she's like, man, you know, she's like, I found out I'm pregnant. I was like, pregnant? So I'm trying to do math, like,
I'm with you, bruh. Calculator. You need to do paternity court, gestation, not the gestation, the possible time of conception window. I'm with you. Calculate.
I'm like, I said, but we wasn't having, you know what I'm saying? We wasn't doing nothing. We weren't having sex. Like, what? How you pregnant?
That's what he told us. That's what you told us. That's what you told us.
You know what I'm saying? And she was like, oh, you remember the last time?
Lie.
You know how your cycle
Lie. You're
is.
too lie. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Let me be myself. This woman is off the chain. She, what? Now she about to play games? You don't cook, you don't clean, you got a nasty attitude, and you messing around with plaster pokem, and now you want to jump up and tell old boy that you pregnant? Come on, stop.
Is a month, whatever. Like she had, like she was trying to tell me, and you know, during this time, I'm green. I'm like, okay. I was like, all right, whatever. So you pregnant, whatever. So, you know, we naming a baby, right? So my name is Eli.
She got you? You ain't that green, bro. Have you not seen Paternity Court? The math ain't math, and I'm with you on this, Indian. What you mean you green? Paternity Court is all over the computer, fam. You needed to do the math.
And my mom's name is Deneen, and of course my last name is Porter or whatever. So we named the child Elise, right? So that's my name, Eli, and then S-E. I want to name my daughter Elise. My mom's name is Deneen, right? So that's her middle name, right? So we named the baby whatever like that. So I'm like, man, okay, we gotta get back. We need to merge. We need to make sure we in the same house because you know what I'm saying, this is crazy. I don't want to be, you know, away and you know, we have another baby. So I go and get another spot. You know what I mean? We come back together and so she's pregnant, right? You know, I'm with her the whole 9 yards pregnancy, man. I'm buying all this stuff, buying Jordans and spending money. You know what I'm saying? Spending money. I'm buying all this stuff for this, you know, this young lady, this little baby girl, or whatever like that. So you know what I'm saying, fast forward, we together and things, you know, it was like she made all these promises. She's like, you know, I'll promise I'll do this, I'll promise I'll do that. Let's just
Oh, look who want to behave themselves. What a guilty conscience she may have. Guilty conscience. Make you start making all type of lied promises.
work it out, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it, man. You gotta have another baby, man. I don't want my child, you know what I'm saying, out, my little girl out, whatever like that. So, man, we got the spot, you know what I'm saying? So we kind of chilling. Everything was kind of, it was all right, man. It wasn't the best. And I guess it wasn't the worst because she was actually trying. And I know why she was trying. But anyway, so I'll fast forward. So she has a baby or whatever, man. And I'm there. I'm helping, man. I'm buying, helping, and buying and helping. So we start going to, another church or whatever like that together. So she was doing whatever I requested during this time. So
well, look at this. After she left with a little love offering, now it's okay for her to go to another church because she went a few more times to Pastor Phelan. Now it's okay to her to go to another church. Yo, lady.
Whatever I wanted to do as far as church and blah, blah, blah. She was there. She was supporting everything, all that stuff like that. So, man, to be honest, y'all, I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. Every time I touched this child, she started crying. And I'm good with kids. Like, kids love Pastor P. But anyway, so every time I pick this baby up, she started crying. And then I give her to Kim, and she's fine. My mom touched the baby. She cried. Give her to Kim. She's fine. If anybody in my family touches a child, she's screaming. You know what I'm saying? And it was weird, the weirdest thing. And then so I'm like, yo, what's really going on? And I was like, why is, I made a joke. I said, man, why does child act like this, man? This is my baby. And she's like, man, Eli, she got your.
Uh-oh. I'm glad. By part 5, we now have a name. Her name is Kim. So now we can address Kim by her name. Kim, you're making it look bad. If all of which his testimony is true, Kim. Let's go, part 6.
All right, y'all. Thanks for y'all patience, man. I was in service, man. We had a wonderful service. So anyway, I know y'all tuned into this story, but anyway, so the baby is crying every time she goes to me or my mom or anybody like that. And so Kim would start saying stuff like, "Oh, she got your forehead. Oh, she got your eyes." Crazy stuff like that.
And so you ever seen Paternity Call? He'd be like, "Judge, that's his eyelashes," and it don't be near one of their babies. Kim, you're too lie. Kim, you're too lie. This is wickedness.
I'm caring for the baby. I remember this one time I took her somewhere. I took a picture with my oldest daughter, my son, and then her. And somebody was like, "Hey, who that little Chinese baby? She don't look like you." And I'm like, "Oh, hey, hold on, that's my daughter." You know what I'm saying? I'm defending this thing like this is my child or whatever. And so I'm asking, I made a joke like, "Hey, Kim, I'm gonna get me a test, man. I want to find out, make sure all these kids mine." I was just joking, and she's like, "Eli, what do you mean? Why would you get a test?" That, and she didn't say anything about Eli Jr. She said, "Elisa's your baby?" I said, well, why are you getting so defensive? I was just playing. So, boom, 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 red flag, whatever. So I'm like, okay. So fast forward. Oh, let me tell you about this. Let me say this real quick. So we're getting counseling because our marriage is messed up by the dude that was sleeping with my wife.
Help me.
So this boy is...
Wait a minute. I thought you left the church. So how is Pastor Phelan the one counseling you? Maybe you jumped in the story. Sometime it happens. But I thought y'all left the church. Why would you go back to Pastor Phelan to counsel if you got a bad vibe from Pastor Phelan? And Kim, you told on yourself.
Actually sitting across, they probably was playing footsies under the table or something like that. But anyway, I'm like, yo, we go on this guy for counsel, and he's actually, doing my wife and whatever like that. So, all right, so fast forward, I'm out working or whatever, and I get this message on Messenger on Facebook, right, from Kim, who was my wife at the time. She's like, hey, I still got a message to this day. She's like, hey, I just wanted to let you know that Elise may not be yours.
Help me know. On Facebook. Father, yes. Give us the strength to overcome. I
said, what? She may not be mine. And so my heart just dropped. Always had these little small inclinations of her, like something weird was going on because they wouldn't, talk to me or whatever. Like, I remember somebody was trying to reach out to me. But anyway, so where was I at? she was so
Facebook,
she sent me a
Facebook,
little letter
yeah.
on Facebook or whatever. She's like, oh, Elise may not be yours, blah blah blah. So my heart, I mean, I was at my friend's house and I just fell on the ground like literally, like it was like my breath flew out of my body. She was like, oh, Elise may not be yours. I'm like, well, what you mean? She was like, I got raped.
Father,
I was
yes,
like,
Elise is a liar. What a wicked woman like this. See, this is the wicked women that need to be. Elise, why you so wicked? And it's now you saying after the baby is born, if a woman gets held on the field, wouldn't you scream out at the time that it happened? Why did you wait till the baby pop out, no longer has his forehead, for you now to proclaim that you was raped? Come on, Elise, how are we supposed to believe that?
he got raped. I said, well, how did you get raped? What do you mean? When did this happen? And she was like, oh, during that time when we were, separate for those couple of weeks, I went to this bar and, she never drunk before. So she said she went to this hole in the wall bar and she was just drinking and drinking. And this guy took her outside in the middle of the road and raped her, like in the middle of the street. And I'm like, I'm so mad because I'm like, what in the world?
Elise is a liar. Hold on.
Yeah.
Elise. And you go to church every Sunday? You go to church every Sunday? I can't. For those who just joined us, we are on part 7. This is my live reactions to some of the madness that's happening in the world. So this man got cheated on by his wife with the pastor. Had a whole baby out here trying to convince him it was his. And when she couldn't hide it anymore, she out here concocting whole narratives of how she got violated. Let's go.
Yeah, so she said she got raped. I got raped in the middle of the road. She said she got raped outside in the middle of the street. So I said, so there was nobody around? Did you call the police? I mean, what happened? Like, and in the place where she was talking about, like, if there's a lot of people inside, and I'm not saying that people don't get raped and stuff like that. I'm not saying that. But if there's a lot of people that's inside and outside of this hole in the wall club, like, how does somebody take you outside on the ground in the middle of the street and outside of the club, like right in front of it? This is what she's telling me, and laid you on the ground and just rape you. So I was like, so me, I'm investigator by nature. So I said, so how did it happen? What happened? Who was it? What did you have?
You and me both, bruh. I don't mean to be insensitive, but if you don't mind, I have a few questions to ask you because I need to conceptualize it. Some people be like, "Amuna, that's insensitive." Nah, I don't understand. Like, make it make sense. Make it make sense. I'm not saying yay or nay, but like, walk me through it. I know it may be traumatizing, but we need to get some understanding, so that I can help you better. You know what I mean?
You have on, all of these different things. So she was talking about some jeans and t-shirt. I said, so he just ripped ripped the clothes off. Yeah, but I mean, and she started stuttering and whatever. So when I got home, I'm frantic. So I'm in the house. I said, yo, please give me a demonstration. You know what I'm saying?
I can't.
This.
He didn't say a demo, fam. He went too far. Did he say give him a demo? Okay, bro.
Right, because it wasn't making sense to me. Like everything that she said, it just wasn't. It logically, it just wasn't making sense. So I'm like, okay, all right. So how did they do it? Like demonstrate on me. So I was like, I'm the you be the person. Like show me how this person raped you, or whatever like that. And she was just like, and every time she said it, it just changed the story. It just flipped. So then I was like, man, this don't make no sense, man. So I was so mad. I called her father. And I was like, hey, man, I don't know what's going on with your daughter. And, man, the girl that's supposed to be my child, she's not my child no more. And she's, she had a baby from this person she got raped. I said, man, I think you probably should just come get your daughter because I feel like she's not telling the truth to me. She's not being honest with me. So her pops came and got her, you know what I'm saying? And, whatever. So this story of her being raped started to surface with like my mom, and my sister and stuff like that. So, for a year or so, or months in between, like we're talking and she's like begging for us to get back together. oh, I'm sorry, I can't control that, this person raped me. And I was like, but Kim,
Yo, did Kim play the story for a year? Kim, you don't have no conscience. For a year? You went with this you got violated story? As is being said, this is what makes it difficult when people actually are violated, because liar people like Kim, because you don't want to own up to what you did, you will run the narrative and pulling everybody with it until the wheels fall off.
Why didn't you report it? And then
Exactly.
you still
Exactly, ma'am. Exactly. Since you were out in the open and everyone saw it, where did you go after it happened? Why didn't you put it on police report so that you could have said it when it was fresh in your mind? What are we doing? A whole how many months later, all of a sudden now, man, come on, man, lady. Just lady.
had, sexual relations with me after so-called getting raped by a person obviously didn't use anything, you know, nothing to protect themselves, and you put my life in danger. What if you had AIDS or something? So this is stuff that I'm starting to, think about and starting to say. So I'm like, man, this is baloney. You know what I'm saying? So I'm talking to my mom, talking to my sister, I'm talking to my brother. I'm like, man, this just don't make no sense. And then, of course, my sister was like trying to, look at the good part about it. Yeah, so she said she got raped. I got raped. All right, yo. So this is Pastor P again. As you can see, this is the Facebook Messenger. I know a lot of people are like, oh, is this real? Did this really happen? And also like that. Yes, it was true. This has really happened. So this is her letter to me. You were right. I don't know if Alicia's yours, but it's not because I was out having sex. I was raped in Riceboro. And the truth is that I do not know who her father is. Nobody knows this, but please, can I explain what happened?
You know he new to social media because he didn't block out her face. There go Kim right there. Kim. Kim, him never block out your face, Kim. We know who you be now. Father, yes.
Happened. Eli didn't cheat on you. I made a dumb mistake and I got wasted. That's why I don't know who it is or who it was. It's a hole in the wall called Jax. That's where I was, and I don't remember it after that. I thought it was you because me and you did have sex around that time, but I did not know this time. I swear, when Elise started getting older and you start saying things, that's when I knew that it had to be true. But please, please don't say anything to anyone.
What kind of thing this? You gonna ask a man, don't say nothing? What kind of abusive relationship? What type of emotional and mental exploitation is this? After you violate people, you gonna tell them not to say nothing?
All right, there. So you have it. Now y'all can see that I'm talking the truth, telling the truth. So I don't want everybody thinking that this is, some type of fabricated story. This really happened to my life, and this really messed me up. I just never had a chance to tell anybody because, of the embarrassment. I was embarrassed that my wife cheated on me, and then not only did she cheat on me, she cheated on me with somebody that's like 20 years older than both of us. They had like a whole relationship. As I was saying before, like. After she said this, my mom and my sister, they was kind of like, like asking more questions. And my mom was kind of leaning towards like, hey, okay, maybe she did get raped. And I'm thinking like, man, no, I don't really believe it, but whatever. So fast forward after a little while, we was thinking about working it out. So,
You have the patience of Job. What? Mr. No. See, sometimes there's other things at play why we intentionally overlook like the whole field of red flags. And he was gonna go back again?
This working it out reconciliation starting to take place. So we're working it out, or trying to work it out, and then the little girl gets sick. She had like seizures and stuff like that. And I was like, hey, look, man, if you know who her dad is, really, I mean, just say something so we can try to get this little girl help, so we can know what her gene is and, what could possibly be wrong with her, X, Y, Z. I was like, okay, well, we can try to work some things out. So I was going to move to my hometown, Philadelphia. So I go to Philly first just to kind of check some things out. I was talking to my dad, and my dad was like, God gonna reveal it to you. God's gonna reveal it to you. God gonna show you. And I'm like, Okay, you know what I'm saying? So the more I prayed, and I did have a dream about this guy, like the bishop guy or the pastor guy. And I was like, nah, this can't be true. Nah, this can't be true. And as time progressed, we was at church one day, and uh I asked her the question.
Look, I can attest with some real crazy stuff that happens in life, and you pray and beseech the Creator to reveal it to you, not on no hooky spooky stuff. He'll give it to you in a dream or a vision. You know what I mean? And you'll be like, how did they know that? Definitely, it happens. So he prayed and he got the answer. So let's see what little Miss I can't with her, fam.
Hey guys, I'm back, man. Please forgive me for my tardy. I have a lot of stuff that I do. Pastor in church, we have 3 services in one day, and I do a lot of stuff. So anyway, so back to my story. So we did go to a service one day, but prior to that, I forgot to tell y'all that as we started, trying to get cordial because it was trying to get me to believe that this girl got raped. So, as we tried to continue to get cordial, of course, we got intimate a couple of times, right?
Why?
And then,
Why?
later
I'm
down the line,
sorry.
I found out,
Why, sir? Why? Yo, what's your name again? What did he say his name was again? We need to talk to you 108. Why? I know why? Did you not go through enough? You wanted more? You wanted more?
Of course, she was pregnant again, but
That's what I'm saying. Why? Don't go there. It's still an unsolved mystery. Why are you going back there? She clearly don't tell the truth. You should wait till the information comes out.
this was let's see, when did this happen? We were together, trying to fix things, and she got pregnant. I forgot where she got pregnant or what part of the story she got pregnant, but she got pregnant while we were trying to work stuff out. And obviously,
when you trying to fix the engine, you don't drive the car. How you trying to fix things and you poking around in there when that is the area in question? If you fixing things, sometimes you need to put some stuff aside so you can see clearly when the rain is gone, brother. Brother, what were they preaching in the church? I got questions.
she was pregnant with my youngest child. And so, in my mind, she was saying that she was on, birth control and stuff like that. So whatever. Move forward.
It's not whatever. Why you believe Liad Kim? We have a sir. Matter how you accountable at this point. I was rocking with you until you did the whatever. Kim is a liar. You already established this. You didn't believe she got raped. You seen what was going on with the pastor. How you wasn't working it out. You was poking it out, and now you're bringing another youth when you're having questioned her behavior from before. Sir, we need to investigate you after this conversation, but let's continue.
She obviously got pregnant again, and I didn't really know. I'm confused again at who if I was a father or not. Obviously, we was intimate during the time, but anyway, fast forward. I won't get too far into that. So fast forward when I met this. This is let's see. Is this the time? I think I don't know. All right, so. We at church. Get back to my story. I'm sorry. We're at church, and I just got done ministering or whatever like that. She come to church with me or whatever, and so I said, hey, Kim, like, the Lord showed me something, and I just want to verify if this is true or not. I said, I know you've been telling me like, Elise, at first she wasn't my child, but then you said she got raped, but the Lord showed me who it was. I just want you to be 100% honest with me. Like, I just want the truth, you know what I'm saying? And she's like, Eli, I already told you I got raped. I'm driving the car. And then I said, please, Kim, just tell me the truth. Just let me know. Like I said, I'm just going to tell you what the Lord showed me. I said, was it Middleton? And she looked at me.
Is he giving out all names now? Names and pictures. Middleton. You hear him name? Middleton. That's where him like to visit Panda Parishioner them. The middle. Pastor Middleton. We know your name now.
And she just started crying. And I was like, so you had a baby with Middleton? Like, And she said, Eli, please don't tell your mom.
Wait, so wait, what the way? Let me stop pausing this video because it's long enough. As no man, Kim, this whole family, something wrong with them.
My mom is driving in front of me, and I was driving behind her. So my heart is beating and racing. I'm like, oh my God, it's really true. This girl just really had an affair with our pastor and had a baby by him and lied to me and said she got raped. So I'm flashing my mom, I'm like crying at this point. My heart is beating and beating and beating. And I'm like, oh my God, this cannot be happening. So I flashed my mom down. So I swerved around and pulled over. And I was, hey guys, I'm back, man. Please. All right, so yeah, so I'm crying, I'm crying. My heart's beating fast. I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Like, so I pull over, and my mom, I just jump out the car. My mom's like, Eli, what's wrong? And I'm like, man, it's true. Like, yo, she was really sleeping with Middleton. Like,
she was doing the booty with Pastor Middleton. You should have known it. You should have known it from he was doing the lower lumbar hug, fam. Pastor Middleton. No. Where the man Sam come from again? Yo, I gotta see what Pastor Middleton looks like because this is madness, son.
Really,
and somebody named Lisa Lennon says, I personally know Pastor Eli, and all of this is the truth. That's what she said. So
he says, really not my child, not by the way of rape. And then so my mom is like, she's just started crying. So I was like, I just want to get in the car. So I get in the car. I'm in tears. My brother, he gets in the car with me. Now I'm 6 foot. My brother's like 5'10", 5'11". We're sitting in the front seat together. He's holding me and just crying. I'm banging on the, the dashboard, crying like, yo, I cannot believe this. Like reality just like really hit. And so I'm like, yo. So then I called the pastor boy. So I hit him up. I'm like, yo, man, you was really sleeping with my wife? Like you really had a child with my wife? Like, and he was like, oh, what you talking about? What you talking? Hung up on me.
Liar, the man of God. The man of God is out here telling lie. Pastor Middleton, I can't believe this.
I called him back. I was like, yo, like are you serious? Like, did this really happen? He was like, I don't know what you're talking about. She was the one that was sending pictures of herself to me. I'm like, wait.
Did Pastor Middleton say that Kim was sending naked selfies, fam? The plot thickens. All of this in the church pews, eh?
Hold on. What do you mean she? Then he hung up. So I called his wife. So I put her on the phone. I was like, yo, what's up? Like, did you know that this stuff was going on? And she was like, I mean, kind of, but I didn't really. And I said, so all of y'all knew that this dude
kind of. So Miss Middleton, you knew too? Kind of. This is a whole nastiness church. What's the name of this church? The church of nastiness? What the
baby on me, or my wife had a baby on me with our pastor, and nobody told me. Like, I'm green, I don't know nothing. Like, yo, this cannot be happening. So, man, so my sister pull up, and she, my sister, she a little whatever, so she about ready to fight. So I'm like, so my mom, like, she's like, chill, whatever, stop, whatever, like that. I was like, yo, just get my son. So at this point, the only person I know that's my child is my son. So I, have her get my son out the car or whatever like that. We get to, what I'm saying? We get to the spot, get to the house or whatever like that. Man, I'm distorted. Like, I didn't eat or sleep for like 4 weeks. All I could think about was all the days that, we wasn't intimate, all the days that we argued, all the days that, she came home late, and this guy just, it was like he had the upper hand. Like, thinking, this person just really sleeping with my wife. Like, and it just, oh my gosh. I'm thinking about it now, y'all. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It's about to frustrate me. But, it really bothered me. And, it was hard for me to overcome it. Like, it was difficult. And this guy, All right, so yeah, so I'm crying. I had to get myself together. Y'all, this thing, this telling the story is really, it's almost a little painful. But anyway, so this guy, of course, I prayed. And it's crazy how God works. I prayed. That was on Sunday. I got the minister and got all that bad news on a Sunday, and it was my mother's birthday. So it was the craziest thing. But anyway, so I prayed. I said, Lord, I want to see him. Like, I want to see him. He hung up my face. I want to see him. So the next day, which was Monday, me and my brother-in-law at the time and a couple of brothers from the church, we were just walking around the mall just to kind of help me clear my mind because I was so distorted. Like, I was like, I mean, I didn't sleep that night. It was so crazy, like, whatever. But I'm in the mall, and guess what? Guess who's walking up?
Pastor
It's the
Middleton.
bishop.
Then I know that. Then I know that the creator. Hey, Pastor Middleton. He is in the church. He's in the mall. Well, he looking for his new victim. Huh? Mm-hmm.
He walking up. Like, I was like, yo, what happened? I reached out to you last night. You kept hanging up on me. Like, how did you do that to me? Like, you said I was your son. Like
Yeah.
how could you sleep with my wife? Like,
Yeah, he sunned you. He said you were his son, so he sunned you. He sunned you and took your whole jump off. What? He took your jump off. He treated her like a jump off. Y'all act like I'm not looking up Pastor Middleton right now on Facebook. I sure am. But I kind of got to know what state they were in. Let's continue.
he's like, that wasn't my fault. And, she just started sending pictures to me. He just kept saying this, this sending pictures to me madness. And I'm like, yo, but you're our pastor. Like, you should have been like, yo, don't, if that was the case, which I don't believe at all. Oh, check this out. A long time ago, he used to send out messages like a scripture to everybody every day or something like that. And he sent this message to everybody. It said, "Oh, you're making me hard." So then he texts everybody back. Was like, "Oh,
My bad, Father. What? What?
oh, my bad, y'all. That was meant for my wife or something like that." And so, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. Thinking about it now, like, I believe that was for her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really believe that was for her because, like, how you listen, press a button and send it to everybody in your contact? Back then you could press a button and send all your contact, but to everybody, like that, he was getting aroused, if you will. And I'm like, yo, what in the world? You know what I'm saying? So he's like, oh, that was been for my wife. But I really, now really believe that was for her, whatever. So moving forward. So some time has passed, time has progressed, time has went by, and I'm in a position where, like, what I'm saying, I wanted to like really sit down with this dude and like give him an opportunity to talk. Like I need to
What
know
did you want him to say, darling? He showed you what. I mean, you felt the vibe. You knew something was off. You got signs. Pastor Middleton is nastiness, Pastor nastiness. And what is he going to say but lies?
what's up, right? So man, time has passed, man. Me and my best friend downtown in Savannah, Georgia, and we walking. We go to a restaurant, man, and we see this dude here. This is like, some time wait, a lot of time passed by. And we see this dude in there. And I was like, yo, that's the dude that was sleeping with Kim. Like, that's the man that was the old pastor. Like, he's the one that was messing around with my wife. Like, he's the one that got me like in this crazy jam or whatever. And so I go up to talk to him and I ask him a question. Whew, I had to get myself together. All right, guys. So let me hurry this up. A lot of folks seem like they get a little agitated because these are 3-minute clips. I can't do nothing about that. I'm just trying to share my story just so I can help somebody that's may have been through the same thing or going through the same thing. And I do want to do some additional talks on how I got over, how I overcame. But anyway, so me and my best friend downtown at Five Guys Burgers spot, Five Guys Burgers and Fries, whatever it's called. We're down there and we're eating, and then he walks in. The dude walks in. Man, it's like, man, it's a dude, man, it's a dude. So I had to get myself together. You know what I'm saying? So I walked up to him and was like, yo, man, after this period of time, man, do you think that you owe me like some type of apology? Like you messed my whole family up, like you slept my wife, like you had a baby with her, and you never really said anything to me. Like, do you think you owe me an apology? This guy said, no. He said, man, I don't owe you nothing. He
Hey,
said, I'm on the
hey,
phone with my wife, so, whatever. So I was like, man.
hey.
So I was like, okay, man. I had to, keep my composure. I was like, okay,
Wait
all
a
right,
minute,
whatever.
pause. What
So
did he say? He said he don't, let me go back. He said he don't owe him nothing and what?
he said, I'm on the phone with my wife, so, whatever. So I was like, man. So I was like, okay, man. I had to, keep my composure. I was like, okay, all right, whatever. So, of course I just walk away. Right. And it was bad, man. It was crazy. But a lot of you guys are asking, does this guy still pastor in Savannah? Yes, he does. His name is Bishop Raynard Middleton. In fact, I'm gonna show y'all a picture of him real quick.
Thank you. I just found it. The minute he said, I'm going to show you a picture, because when he said Savannah, Georgia, my spidey senses was like, oh, chill, let me go look it up. I promise you. The minute he said, let me show you a picture, I found him on Facebook. Bishop R.C. Middleton in the same outfit. Bishop Nastiness is from Richmond Hill, Georgia. No, he lives in Richmond Hill, and he's from Savannah. Oh no, 6 hours ago, he over here talking about I still believe God can do it. Hand clap, fist, hand clap, run, heart, fire emoji. What about you? Pastor Nastiness. Yep, thank you for the confirmation, mister. Keep going. Let's listen.
All right, guys. So that's him right there. The guy that, arrogantly responded to me as if he didn't owe me anything, or
And
not
what was
even.
going on with Kim? Kim, you left your nice, decent husband, Kim. Figure her baby for Pastor Middleton Nastiness here, sir. Wow.
Apology. He's the pastor of I think the church name is Holy Word. It used to be called Holy Word. I think they might have changed it, something like that. But anyway, this guy is somebody that you need to watch out for. Your wife, your kids. There's several allegations about this guy messing with several young ladies, younger girls, and so only reason I'm showing y'all this is so you can look out for him and make sure that your wife or your daughters could watch out for this guy. He's no good, man. No good. So anyway, I'll finish my clip while it's pictured up there so I can get a pretty good look at it. Um, but anyway, so I've overcame this situation. I've tried my hardest to um, be better about this, but I still have complications with my kid's mom. Like, she treats me as if it was my fault. The way we handle, the issues with our kids and how she has physical custody. All right, guys. So let me hurry this up. Last folks seem like they get a little agitated.
Okay, so he just put this one up 3 hours ago because the people on TikTok were pressuring him to finish this story up. And shout out to you for throwing his face up there, because what you did, even though people just thought they came for story time, myself included, is what sometimes people don't do in the community until it's too late, which is to warn the other people. Right, because this man is in a ministerial position, because he has access to women, married women, young girls, and as he's saying, the stories are out that he has done this before, some type of public service announcement needs to be made to watch out for said type of character. And I'm over here on his Facebook page as we speak, and he 6 hours ago, this joker was throwing up Bible quotes, talking about he repent for speaking of idle words in the name of Jebu. What in the world is going on here? He over here fake kissing. I suppose that this is his wife, Middleton MP, on the Facebook. This story is crazy. This story is crazy. From the top to the bottom of this story, Markham, this story is crazy. And he's just posing up like nothing is ever going to happen to him. Wow. Wow. Let me know your thoughts on this. We are Anointed Painting Company. Really, sir? Really, sir? So he's possibly using his position as a church leader to get access, to get the prime pickings of those who come in, no matter who they belong to. Let's go over to his Facebook page because we need a little more. We saw a little picture, but he looks a little different in some of these other pictures. For those who just joined us, you missed quite a story time. You know what I mean? You missed quite a story time. But let me pull him up here so we can do a further public service announcement. This is crazy. What are we doing? And we wonder why the place is in the position that it is and the people are gone astray. Truth has fallen in the streets. Somebody who stands up presuming that they're going to be leading somebody anywhere is only governed by their flesh. And texting a group mass text telling people that he yo son, I cannot hold on, I am just in disbelief. Hold on one second, let me pull him up over here. Let me pull it up on the other side here. Oh, Most High. No. Sometimes the Creator pulls back the curtain so you can see, because sometimes the people don't know what's going on. And you're praying and you're wondering what's the blockage, what's the stoppage. And the Creator pulls back the curtain so that people can see the nastiness that's existing. You know what I mean? Okay, hold on. Let's look at him a little bit and then I'm gonna wind down. Share my screen one more time. So here old boy go. Wait a minute. Him right here, Tompkins High School. Okay, so is this the picture? This is the picture that he shared. The people over here talking about looking good, brother. Looking good, brother. Yeah, okay. Right? And then he over here, from Savannah, Georgia. This is what the young man just gave the story setting in. And here he go. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Kim, what was going through your mind, though? Look at him taking young boy pic. What was you really thinking, though, Kim? I'm supposed that this is the wife who he called and she said yes, she knew something. Really? I hope I picked this. This is the person who we are to believe. I don't know if this is I don't know. Whatever happened to the daughter, we need an update story. Whatever happened to the daughter, whatever happened to the wife, Kim, there he go. So we got a good look. This is him in his feel 'em up outfit with the big old cross on his chest. He picked the perfect hustle, no? God first? No, that's not what we hear. That's not what we heard. Interesting. Oh, this is the outfit that he dressed up in. Maybe he in there got sprinkling some lump potion on the altar or something. I don't know. Cause he do look a little like, yo, I don't know about this church. He got a little look in his eyes. What in all the posted up in the club in 1990 is going on here? Pastor may have changed his life, but he still got that little, yo, ma, I'm saying. Look at the glare. Look at the look in his eyes. Anywho, hopefully this was helpful. This was informative. This shed some light on some things that's going on in the community. I'll open the mic for just a few seconds. If anybody has anything to share, feel free to do so at this time. If you came in late, you're gonna have to go to the top. Oh no, wait. Let's see if I missed anything. That's the link. Yep, definitely. But some people take the position so that they can take advantage. Some people, this is who they are. It's like the sons of Eli in the book of Samuel. You know, they already had a certain disposition, and they take certain positions so that they can exploit the people, right? It's a perfect cover. You can say God said, and a lot of people, they said oftentimes that narcissists oftentimes are attracted to certain positions because those, like teachers, public speakers, not to say all public speakers and teachers are narcissists, but positions of power, like politicians and pastors and religious entities, because these are the positions that people, you have this kind of built-in trust. It's another type of logical fallacy. This is appeal to authority, right? Since I still have this up from yesterday. Okay, I thought I wasn't going to bring it back. Let's go. Appeal to... One is appeal to emotion. So people in certain positions manipulating the emotions of the listener rather than using valid reasoning to obtain common argument, right? So a lot of times people in this position, they use that logical fallacy as well as appeal to authority. Argument from authority. An assertion is deemed true because of the position or authority of the person asserting it. So God wants this to happen. God told me to tell you. The person is a pastor. They got on a collar. They in the church. They the imam, whoever they are. If they are in a position of authority, a teacher, a politician, we assume, or they want us to believe, because of that authoritative position that they're in, that what they're saying should hold more weight. And so he's using this logical fallacy to, as we can see, get le draws. So with that said, anybody else have anything to say? Feel free. Why do I keep forgetting? It's all the way late in the bottom of the hour, but y'all didn't even remind me about my little background music. It's okay. Next time I'll bring it out. Anybody have anything to say before we go ahead and boogie on out? This was a crazy story, fam. This was a crazy story. If not, we're going to go ahead and boogie on out. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Thank everybody for tuning in and sharing this time with us, yeah? So let me run the commercial real quick. This episode is sponsored by Yummy Curry Powder. Go on over to www.theyummycottage.com for your powder today.
I've been watching you, watching me, and I know you want to like, subscribe, and comment.
Now I'm playing, but for real, like, subscribe, and comment. Join the conversation. You don't know. All right, everybody. Have a blessed day. We're going to come back, if not today, tomorrow, and listen to some more of this Marvin Gaye, which is giving me a headache. Marvin is wilding. But if you missed this whole episode, go to the beginning. Trust me, you will be entertained, among other things. All right? Bless.